Give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime.
Deep in the heart of Africa, near the equator, where lions, elephants, and other wildlife roam the Nile Basin, a new economy is emerging in the developing nation of Uganda. Drawing from proven techniques developed at Auburn University, Ugandan fish farmers are building a sustainable aquaculture industry from the ground up.
When we came here, we asked ourselves, now, let's say someone wants to start a commercial fish farm. What are they going to need? They're going to need good advice on their construction, design. They're going to need a source of seed, or fingerlings we call it. They're going to need feed. They're going to need trained workers for their farm. And they're going to need markets. And none of these were really well developed here at all. So we're working on several fronts all at once.
Since 2005, Karen Veverika and her staff leading the Fish Project have placed Auburn-developed best practices in the hands of the Ugandan farmers, creating jobs and generating much-needed income. Veverika draws from more than 28 years of experience in aquaculture, including 15 years in Africa.
We found that these Lake Victoria Nile tilapia are just beautiful.
Sponsored by the U.S. Agency for International Development, the Fish Project gives AU faculty and students the opportunity to apply Auburn know-how in developing and technologically challenged areas. As the fish farming industry has grown, support industries have emerged. Net makers, fish hatcheries, feed suppliers, and others, providing even more Ugandans a way to earn a living.
In the morning, they don't eat that much, but in the afternoon, they eat double that because it's gotten warmer.
Although fish farming is nothing new to the Ugandans, it dates back to the 1950s, the most successful farmers are those employing the methods and techniques developed at Auburn.
Before, we were just doing fish farming, but without right equipment, without proper technical know-how. But with the coming of Auburn people in Uganda, fishing industry in Uganda has improved a lot. Because to me, I didn't have all that you see here before, but with the help of the Auburn University, Auburn people, or the presence of the Auburn people here, has made my farm to grow more from what it was before.
For decades, Ugandans have farmed fish to help feed their families, but rarely as something they could sell and generate a profit. That practice is changing, however, as farmers' confidence in the Fish Project grows.
But as years went by with development, changing times, the pressure to earn money out of whatever investment you have has increased. So every farmer, whether they are small farmers, peasant farmers, their ultimate goal is to earn money out of whatever they do.
Initial skepticism by some farmers 3 years ago has given way to confidence in Auburn's project. The results produced have impressed local farmers enough to invest in AU's ideas. Veverika has seen the shift firsthand over the past 3 years and has been the driving force helping Ugandan fish farms become profitable. Siobhan Leonard is an Auburn graduate and general manager of Source of the Nile Fish Farm on Lake Victoria in Jinja. Leonard has worked closely with Veverika to interface with the Ugandan government, drawing from Veverika's aquaculture experience in several African countries.
Karen comes with this wealth of information with Auburn and USAID, and she's established here. And Sun Fish Farmers, we were established in aquaculture in Africa, but we were not at the time of our meeting established in Uganda. So what she's done is help us to introduce us to a lot of the people, the minister people, the government people, the authorities, the permitting people that you basically have to get on board with, and because there's a lot of permitting, a lot of bureaucracy that you have to do. And that's where Karen's been a great help. She's a wealth of knowledge. She knows Africa like the back of her hand, and she's a very practical person. And I think that also comes from her Auburn experience.
Patrick Blow operates the largest commercial fishing operation in Africa. He has hired or worked closely with several Auburn fisheries graduates in both Uganda and Zimbabwe. And many aspects of his company's business plan and practice were ideas born at Auburn.
One of the things I like about the Auburn approach to all this is that it's really a very practical, hands-on approach, whereas in aquaculture from other parts of the world you don't really find that. It's more theoretical and a bit sciencey, whereas really fish farming is a common sense sort of a business, and you need a very practical approach to it, and that's what we found with Auburn, and that's very useful.
Auburn University's influence is felt at nearly a dozen farms in southern Uganda. Jocelyn Ragunda is one of a small number of women who raise fish for profit. Her farm near the capital city of Kampala was among the first to employ the Auburn technology. Today, it's a profitable and growing operation.
Auburn has taught me how to do better fish farming. Okay? They have given me knowledge, how to produce fish, how to manage it, and how to move it to the market in terms of distribution, is fish handling and distribution. That's point number one. Point number two, Auburn University or the fish project has brought us farmers together. We have been able to, many of us were doing fish farming, but we had not been before to get to know each other. So they have helped us in networking, knowing what is happening on each other's farm. Two, marketing the fish.
In 2008, Ragunda hired AU graduate student Sarah Rademacher for a semester to work with her employees on best practices on raising African catfish.
Sarah has just been a blessing to this farm. She has come in and she easily mixed up with the rest of the staff here, maybe because she's more or less the same age, they're more or less the same age, but she has come in with new knowledge and hands-on. She's in hands-on practice. She knows more than our people here, and she's trying to put what she has learned in practice, the theory. So, and the workers here, they have really picked up.
I think it's really important because we have so many educated people and so much information at Auburn. It seems kind of a shame if we didn't spread it out and if we didn't, use, especially for students too, learning how to apply what they've learned at the university at an actual, making a difference.
And the effort to make a difference does not stop there. Even in their spare time, AU experts involved in the fish project are passing on knowledge to the next generation. 3 students who live and study at this rural orphanage near Kampala are learning about the fish farming industry from the ground up, and one day hope to feed others and make a difference. With ocean food sources dwindling from overfishing and threats to habitats, Auburn's effort holds even more significance, especially with fish a top source for protein the world over. A number of other African nations have taken notice of Auburn's Ugandan model and could soon launch similar projects, all part of the AU effort to create jobs, boost the income, and feed the people halfway around the globe.
Give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, or in this case, grow fish, and he'll make a living and feed his people for a lifetime.